What's up, guys? Alex Tristan back here with a brand new video. Hopefully, every day, every night, everywhere on this world. And this has been a long time coming. Well, I guess I was off YouTube for a while, but I'm back, as you know. This is my 20th video of me being back on YouTube. I counted. I could have counted completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's my 20th video. Thank you guys for all the support. Keep it up. Drop a thumbs up on this video. I usually don't ask for a thumbs up, but please drop the thumbs up. It just shows the support. The support is keep growing. The subscribers are keep growing. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. And let's get into this video. My NBA point guard tier list. And yes, I'll make shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, but those will come as they come. I don't want to do all in one, except like a 40-minute video, and no one wants to sit here for 40 minutes. Trust me, no one does. Unless like you're like a super fan, which I don't think I have many yet. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy this video. This is going to be very controversial. These are my opinions. And just before I get started, this is on how they are right now. This is not their potential. Because, for example, Lonzo Ball has great potential. But as of right now, he is not an A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, F tier. I mean, he's one of them. But he's not, like, his potential could be A tier. But as right now, I say D tier. That's just an example. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy this video. Let's get started with the video. So we'll start off here with Dennis Smith Jr. Dennis Smith Jr. is an interesting one just because he has so much potential. He's shown flashes of greatness, but he hasn't quite gotten there yet. He's still super young. He'll probably get there. But right now, I put him in F tier. He hasn't shown that he's capable of being like what Trae Young did, almost 20 points a game for pretty much the whole season. So that's why I put him at F tier. I think he has the capability to be a C, B tier next year. I think he can boost up to that. But his first few years, they've been a little finicky. And then we got De'Aaron Fox. I say he's a C-tier point guard. He came into the league ready for the NBA. He proved last year that he's extremely ready for the NBA, and he just grew a ton. He could have won Most Improved, but usually sophomore players don't really get Most Improved because you're supposed to get better after your rookie season. So that's why I don't think he got it. That's why it went to Spicy P. Well deserved, Spicy P. You're a terrific NBA player. Then we got Lonzo Ball, D-tier. All these guys, first three, so much potential, but this is where they are right now. So guys, don't judge me. This is where they are right now. All these three guys have potential to be A-tier point guards somewhere down the line in their careers. And then we got Russell Westbrook, my boy. Brody, A-tier point guard. He's one of the best in the league. Damian Lillard, A-tier point guard. Another one of the best in the league. For the A-tier point guards like Steph Curry, blah, 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 I'm not really going to do much talking because they've already solidified what they can do on an NBA court. DJ Augustine, that's an interesting one. But I still put him, I think I put him at D tier. I don't think he's quite an F tier. He had a pretty solid NBA playoffs. I put him at D tier. I'm going to do revisions at the end of this. Maybe I'll put him down to F. But as of right now, he's a D tier point guard. Eric Bledsoe, he's a C tier. He gets the job done. I wouldn't call him like an ideal starting point guard to have on your team. I wouldn't want him. But for the Milwaukee Bucks who have Giannis, perfect fit. Chris Dunn, my boy from PC. I go to school right near PC. I go to school in Providence. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm not trying to have random people show up. Sorry, guys. We'll have Chris Dunn, F tier. They got Kobe White the Bull, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with Chris Dunn. Trade him or they're going to have him as their backup. He wouldn't be a bad backup, but I try to trade him to get some assets, maybe get some picks, because he does have some value. I mean, he'd be a really good starting point guard for like a team that's trying to, not obviously, I was going to say contend, but that's not what I was trying to say. Trying to like get up contending and like maybe put him as your backup eventually, or even trade him for a team that needs a backup. Like, I don't know, the Clippers or like the Warriors would be a solid backup to come off your bench because they're not re-signing Quinn Cook. That's really surprising, by the way. I don't know why they're not doing that. They put him as he's an unrestricted free agent. Maybe they'll re-sign him, but I don't know. With that being said, I kind of go on that tangent on that one. I think Chris Dunn's an F tier point guard. Steph Curry, A. Jeff Teague, that's a tough one. He had so many solid years, especially with the Hawks. Ever since then, it's like, who's Jeff Teague? Who's that guy again? Sorry, Jeff, you're an F tier point guard. Then we have Tyler Johnson, F tier. Alfred Payton, Alfred Payton has had a different coach for every year of his career. I think he's going on year 5, and he hasn't had the same coach once. That's sad. I think he has so much potential, but when you're in a different system every year, what can you do about it? You can't really do much about it. I said I'll move the mic in. So I'm going to put Elfrid Payton in F, but I think he has so much potential if he can actually stick with one system for more than a year. And then we got Jalen Brunson, F tier. Reggie Jackson, he's a C tier. He's one of those guys that's been pretty static his whole career. Has never gotten really worse, except, has never really gotten worse. Has never gotten really better, except after his, first few seasons in the NBA. Ever since then, it's been kind of pretty even flowing. He's a solid point guard to have, especially when you have Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond in your front court. They did sign D Rose, so I'm not sure what they're going to do there. And then they have Derek White, who's a deep tier point guard. He showed on the Spurs. Now, he's not your ideal point guard. He's not a Jamal Murray, but he's a solid point guard when you're in tough times and you got injuries. Then you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a deep tier point guard. Man, in the playoffs, he balled out. Now, you're probably saying he's not better than Dennis Smith Jr. You're right. I just rethought it. I put Dennis Smith in D tier. I was building that up in my head. And then we got John Wall. This is right now John Wall. Right now, what he's done in the past year, what he did play. C tier. I know, it's sad, but when he did play, he's not the same John Wall. Justice Winslow's a point guard. I guess he runs some in Miami. I put him as a D tier. He has still another one. There's a lot of guys on here that have so much potential, but they're not. They haven't reached their potential. So that's why I put him at D tier. Like I said, so much potential, not there yet. Then we got Colin Sexton. I put him at D tier. He's better than everybody in F. Not quite better than a lot of people in D. So he's like a D minus, not quite an F tier. Kyle Lowry has earned my respect. B tier point guard. Mike Conley, one of the most underrated point guards. Hopefully in Utah, he can earn some more respect and do what he did in Memphis, but actually get recognized in Utah. Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, or Bogdanovich, probably Bogdanovich. Whoever the power forward is, or they could put Ingles at the 3, Bogdanovich at the 4, Rudy Gobert. Watch out, that team could win the NBA Finals. Boop. Yep, I said it. Will it happen? Probably not. That's one of my sleeper teams going into next season. With that being said, Mike Conley, B tier point guard. D'Angelo Russell's a tough one. I could put him at C+, but he did make the All-Star team. Put him at B tier point guard. Very surprising to say that. He really blossomed into a fantastic point guard in the NBA. Not sure why he went to the Warriors. Still mind-boggling. Kyrie Irving. Can't disrespect the man, though. Don't like him. Not anymore, but cannot disrespect his talent. Fantastic talent, A tier point guard. Ben Simmons. So overrated in my eyes. Super overrated, but I do got to accept the fact that people do love him. Not sure why. I mean, he can't shoot from more than 2 feet back. But he does do everything else. So I'll put respect on his name. B tier point guard. My gut wants him in a C. But when I think about it, he does everything else so extremely well. He was an all-star. He gets the paint so efficiently. He's a B tier point guard. He's kind of like a next-gen point guard. It's really cool to see. Then we got Kemba Walker. He's like a B++++. He's not quite on the same level as Dame, Steph, Russell, or Kyrie. But I think if in Boston, I think he can solidify himself into that A- tier with those other guys. We got Jamal Murray. Man got his bag. The Brinks truck showed up to his house. That was a tongue twister. And I'm happy for him. He really did well in the playoffs. He did well last season. I think he could have been in the running for most improved. I can see why he didn't. Spicy P won it. Shout out to Spicy P. And Jamal Murray is a B tier point guard. I think he's on the same level as Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell. The reason why I didn't say Kemba Walker, because I do think Kemba Walker's like a B++, but I don't think he's in the same level as like the other top guys. That's why I just can't put him there. And Chris Paul, man, he's getting old. These guys are getting old. C tier point guard. Old Chris Paul, A tier right now. C tier. Trae Young, tough one, super tough one. But I gotta put him in the C tier. I don't think he's quite as good as anybody in the B tier. Next year, gosh, he'll be in B tier the first week into the season if he stays on the same path he's on. But right now, I think he's a C tier point guard with some super high potential, like nuts potential. Darren Collison. He's actually retired. He just retired because he wants to focus more on his religion. But since he's here, we'll put him there. I say he's a D tier. I was going to put him in C tier, but if I look at it, he's quite not as good as any of those guys in C tier. But he's in a D tier point guard because when Ole was out, him and Bogdanovic really showed that they can be pretty solid on an NBA team when it's just a bunch of role players. And he did very well. Then the last one here, last but not least, Ricky Rubio, who went to the Suns, who actually, they're getting a lot of hate for it, the Suns, but the Suns need a point guard. Yeah, it's not, they didn't get John Morant, or they did sign Jalen LeCue, but he's still young. But as of right now, they're trying to make a little bit of a playoff push because they got all the talent in the world, except they traded T.J. Warren, and they did trade Josh Jackson, which I don't mind, by the way. I think he's been a tough few years. He's still super young. I can't say he's a bust yet, but he's had a tough few years in his career. But I gotta put Ricky Rubio. No, he's a D tier. He's good for the Suns, but he's nothing special. Now I'm gonna make revisions, and I'll be right back with the final result. So as you can see here, the only 2 moves I have made is I did put my boy Kemba Walker in the A tier. I was thinking about it for a few minutes. I think Kemba Walker has earned the respect to be an A tier, but it's like an A-. He's not quite as good as Dame. He's not quite as good as Steph. He's not quite as good as Russell or Kyrie, but he's an A tier point guard. Because he's not as bad as Kyle Lowry, even though these guys aren't bad, but if I put it in those terms. Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley, Ben Simmons, Russell, or Murray. So I put him in the A tier because he is definitely as good. I mean, not quite as good, but he's up there with the guys in the A tier. And then the other one, I did move Jeff Teague from the F tier to the D tier because he's solid. He does pretty well with Minnesota. So I put him in the D tier because he's not as bad. And when I say bad, I mean it. Tyler Johnson, Chris Dunn, Alfred Payton, and Jalen Brunson. But he's on the same level as Lonzo Ball, as DJ Augustine, Gilgeous-Alexander, Dennis Smith Jr.'s, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll come out with the shooting guard probably next week sometime. I'll probably do one every week, depending on how much news I need to get out there. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Sorry for the late upload. I have a friend over. I kicked him out in the living room. Sorry, Smitty. Love you, bud. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this video. And like always, peace.